Signing waivers and strapping on respirators is just par for the course on Man vs. Food. But Adam Richman and Webb weren't chicken when they took on these culinary challenges. One of the first chicken quests to appear on Man vs. Food happened at Quaker Steak and Lube in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Known for its variety of mild to insanely hot sauces, the restaurant's menu features such delicacies as the Atomic Scorpion Wings, so it was only fitting that Adam Richman would take on the Atomic Hot Wing Challenge. To get himself in the right frame of mind, he started with a perfectly safe wing dish.
That is so good. Comes in at about 740 Scoville units. A little bit of heat, not too much to freak you out.
But things really escalated when Richman was presented with 6 chicken wings covered in a 150,000 Scoville unit sauce, a concoction hotter than 40 jalapenos put together. Before digging in, he had to sign a document absolving the restaurant of all responsibility. Despite the red-hot struggle, he managed to finish his meal and declare victory. Smoke Eaters Hot Wings in San Jose warns anybody who is considering tackling its Hellfire Hot Wings challenge that they will wish they hadn't been so crazy. That's precisely what happened to Adam Richman when he waged battle against 12 blazing hot chicken wings slathered in the restaurant's Hellfire sauce. The pound of formidable poultry had to be consumed in 10 minutes, no drinks or napkins allowed. Richman also had to lick his fingers clean of the sauce and endure an additional 5 minutes of afterburn before he could seek relief with a glass of milk. The Hellfire wings are made with more than 6 ounces of dry habaneros, and up to this point, only about 20% of people who had attempted the challenge were successful, so it was no surprise how much Richman struggled.
With 6 wings down, the sauce flowed like lava over my face and hands.
While Richman ultimately prevailed, the cost was high.
Those last 5 minutes almost killed me.
Richman was up against nearly impossible odds for the Fire in Your Hole challenge at Munchie's 420 Cafe in Sarasota, Florida. The precise details of the challenge were kept a secret right until the platter of 10 fiery chicken wings was revealed. He had just 20 minutes to eat the blazing dish, aided by emergency sips of water, but no milk. The contest was stacked against Richman from the start, as organizers had tinkered with the ingredients of the sauce. It was meant to contain habanero peppers, hot sauce, cayenne, chili powder, crushed red pepper, garlic, and a dose of ghost chili extract. But in reality, the chef prepared it with an entire bottle of ghost chili extract. When the wings were unveiled, the smell of the dish seemed to throw Richman off his game. Things only got worse as he dug into the food.
The heat hits me immediately, and it's more than excruciating.
Considering that 95% of those who have tried the regular challenge have failed, Richman barely stood a chance. He ate just 2 wings before quitting.
Food definitely won.
The Suicide 6 Wings Challenge at the Buffalo Cantina was personal for Adam Richman. He had already attempted this challenge in his hometown of Brooklyn before season 1 of Man vs. Food and had failed miserably, as he wasn't even able to finish 1 wing.
This one isn't for a picture on a wall. This one's for pride.
The challenge consisted of 6 scorching chicken wings that had to be devoured within just 6 minutes. Covered in a sauce made with serrano, chile de árbol, jalapeno, habanero peppers, and chili pepper extract, the wings were so raging hot that Richman had to wear latex gloves to protect his hands. Luckily, former failure turned into sweet glory as Richman demolished his culinary foe.
Revenge is sweet. But today at Buffalo Cantina, it's also spicy.
The West End Wing King Challenge at West End Tavern in Boulder, Colorado, was one of the few chicken challenges on Man vs. Food that focused on volume instead of spice. The quest involved devouring 50 buffalo wings, including flats and drumettes, in under 30 minutes, which works out to approximately 1 wing every 36 seconds. Before Richman stepped up to the plate, 90 others had dared to take on the challenge, but only 15 managed to conquer it. The wings were twice fried in hot oil and doused in a butter sauce made from a combination of Worcestershire sauce, hot sauce, cayenne, celery salt, and black pepper.
My strategy is to eat fast, so with the help of my trusty sidekick Blue Cheese, I hit the gas.
It wasn't long before Richman started to change his tune, though, as he realized that it was a little harder than he assumed at first. With 15 wings on the plate and just 1 minute to go, things weren't looking good. Ultimately, he managed to finish only 36 out of the 50 wings in the allotted half hour. To compete in the Stupid Wings Challenge at Caliente in Richmond, Virginia, contestants must sign a release form stating that they won't hold the restaurant liable for various ailments that they may suffer after the ordeal. Only about 10% of the competitors have managed to finish the 8 ultra-spicy wings within the allotted 30 minutes, while about 30 to 40% have thrown up. When Adam Richman took on the challenge, he was up against chicken covered in an extra spicy sauce made with hot sauce, habanero powder, cayenne pepper, and 5 drops of pure capsaicin extract. It also contained contained a hefty dose from a box affectionately known as the container of poor judgment, which is filled with the leftovers of every sauce that the restaurant's owner, Dave Bender, has ever made. Richman didn't let the daunting statistics deter him, though. Despite hitting a fiery wall after 6 wings, he managed to press on to victory.
This one is a stupid day for me.
According to Adam Richman, thousands have tried the Ludicrous Wings Challenge at the Chicken or the Egg in Beach Haven, New Jersey, but only 3 have survived. The quest involved eating 12 jumbo wings drenched in a variety of scorching ingredients. The sauce featured a standard supermarket hot sauce, cayenne pepper, a liberal dose of dried habaneros, and a concoction ominously named the Devil's Blood. At 1 million Scoville units, this mystery potion was 400 times hotter than a regular jalapeno.
Each additional bite feels like a nuclear reaction.
Richman's challenge was straightforward, as he had to eat 12 wings within 15 minutes. He was allowed to drink milk and beer and even dip the chicken in a blue cheese sauce. Since the wings were big and saucy, he decided to first separate them from the bones to protect his face from the spices. This took more time than expected, though, as he was only able to dig into the meat at the 7-minute mark. Still, he managed to demolish over half the chicken within 5 minutes and cross the victory line with just seconds left on the clock. Unlike other man versus food trials, the Pick Your Poison Challenge at New York City's Lunchbox offered Casey Webb 3 different menu options: an 8-pound sloppy joe called the Motherload, a 151-ounce milkshake, or the Death Wish, which consisted of 6 chicken wings drenched in a frighteningly hot habanero and ghost chili sauce. While Webb signed waivers for all 3, he ultimately ended up with the Scorching Chicken Wing Challenge after the restaurant's owner picked it out of a box. Webb had to wear goggles and gloves, as the sauce is so spicy that it can reportedly burn flesh and eyes. It's made with a base of butter and hot sauce, as well as red pepper flakes, paprika, Cajun spice, and cayenne pepper. It also contains a splash of habanero and ghost chili extract that reportedly comes in at 1 million Scoville units. Once the timer started, Webb had 10 minutes to eat the wings, followed by 10 minutes of afterburn time, during which he wasn't allowed to drink. He valiantly embraced the pain as he sweated through his safety goggles and became the 22nd person to conquer the challenge.
All right, I can't see, so take the goggles off.
It's not every day that you can sample 3 of the world's hottest peppers in one sitting, but that's exactly what Casey Webb faced when he took on the trial of consuming 3 ultra-fiery wings at Big Shakes in Nashville, Tennessee. The aptly named Death Row Challenge consisted of 3 chicken tenders slathered in a scorching sauce infused with ghost peppers, Trinidad scorpion peppers, and Carolina Reapers. He was given just 10 minutes to complete the challenge, with only 1 cup of water to ease his pain. Since the challenge's inception, only about 20 out of approximately 200 or 300 people have been successful. Both Webb and Big Shake's employees had to wear respirators when blending the sauce to protect themselves from the fumes. Webb also had to wear gloves during the challenge to avoid burning his hands. He finished the first tender with a hearty 7 minutes left on the clock, but it was rough going from that point, although he just managed to emerge victorious by the end. The Hottest Wings in Baseball Challenge was filmed at the Game 7 Grill, just outside the entrance to Chase Field in Phoenix, Arizona. In addition to feeding hungry baseball fans, the grill also caters to thrill seekers in the mood for some wickedly hot chicken wings, including Casey Webb.
If I could strike out 8 ghost pepper and habanero-soaked wings in 6 minutes, I'll join the mere 12% who have knocked it out of the park.
Just in case the sauce didn't already pack enough of a punch, the restaurant mixed it with a particularly potent chili extract that measured in at 1.5 million Scoville units. The challenge also included 2 grilled habanero peppers, with no drinks or napkins allowed. Webb jumped into the gauntlet headfirst, but unfortunately that enthusiasm was quick to wane, leaving him with 1 chicken wing and 2 habanero peppers at the 6-minute mark.
They just couldn't get them down as quickly as I wanted to.
Eating 24 chicken wings that collectively weigh 4.5 pounds in a single 15-minute sitting is no joke, especially when they're drenched in a sauce infused with ghost chili. But this is precisely what Casey Webb attempted at the Pizza Pit in Sloatsburg, New York. Not for the faint-hearted, these intimidating wings are drenched in a puree of fresh ghost peppers, vinegar, vegetable oil, cayenne pepper, granulated garlic, and a generous splash of ghost pepper extract. By the time Webb took on the challenge, over 50 spice enthusiasts had attempted the feat with a 90% failure rate. Webb came in with plenty of confidence, but that confidence was short-lived as he started to approach atomic meltdown after just 4 wings. With 5 minutes left on the clock, he had managed to devour 16 wings, but this wasn't enough time to finish the remaining 3 on his plate.
This time, food won.
Billed as the hottest wings in Seattle, the 7 Alarms Hot Wings at Wing Dome combine some of the spiciest peppers from around the world. With only 1 in 10 chili enthusiasts managing to complete this challenge, Casey Webb was clearly in for quite the culinary showdown when he stopped by. His dinner was covered in a thick sauce made with a reduction of 2 pounds of habaneros, a pound of jalapenos, 3 hot sauces, and dried habaneros. Wing Dome is yet another restaurant that makes its contestants sign a waiver, so Webb knew he was entering the danger zone when he had to finish 7 wings in 7 minutes with no sauce on the plate or his hands by the end of the challenge. He also wasn't allowed to drink, dip the chicken in sauce, or use a napkin during the proceedings, but he had his tactics all in order at the outset.
My strategy is to eat carefully. I want the sauce to stay on the meat, thus preventing the need for any last-minute dipping.
Alas, that plan failed, as Webb simply wasn't able to chow the whole thing down.